Alright, what is going on, guys? Phoenix King here. So in this video, I will show you guys how about power save. This will be the introduction of using power save and how to edit EVs, IVs on a Pokemon, adding moves with the move modifier, changing its ability, and etc. So first and foremost, you'll have to buy a power save, of course. Then you'll have to set up an account on Code Junkies and download the app as you see on my laptop. So once you have everything there sorted and you log into your account, you just plug it into your computer and plug in the game into the power save. Okay, so first and foremost for this video, I'd like to talk to you guys about the one things of power saving. Some people tend to get power save and genning mixed up. So to clarify, genning is when you basically make a mon out of scratch. I believe I have the program on my laptop. Let's see. Oh, Fex right here. Let's see if I could open it so I could show you guys how people use Fex. Well, they just hacked their DS using custom firmware. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure if it's loading. If it's not, we'll just continue with the power save. Okay, so it's right here. So this is how people who use Fex, this is how it looks. The Fex thing that people use. So somehow they just hacked their DS, and I believe the data is on their SD card, and they plug it into the SD card reader on their laptop or computer. And then this is how they make the Pokemon, or they just edit it. So that's just one common thing between power save and genning. Like, they both could edit everything about a Pokemon, but genning is just making a Pokemon from scratch. So you see, this is what genners use. So when they make a Pokemon, they have to make sure they know where it's coming. Like, make sure all the criteria they have is correct, etc. Or they have an update. So yeah, that's genning. You just make a Pokemon from scratch. You gotta make sure the criteria is met, the location you meet it, everything about it. But with power save, you're only editing a Pokemon, but you just limited it with editing Pokemon. However, there is one code on my previous power save video I spoke about the Wonder Card code. Yes, this is the code that I used for my Sun and Moon tutorial to show you guys how you can get a Pokemon, any Pokemon in the Pokédex. However, with using this code, it's an egg Wonderlock, so you'll be hatching it from an egg. So I wouldn't recommend using this. I wouldn't recommend using this to get legendaries or any other mythical Pokemon unless it's in the Alolan Dex. Yeah, so you have all the codes right here. That's the egg Wonderlock code, but that itself is a long process. So that's why people either use genning, like Fex right here, or they use power save, the dumb device. So for all the new power savers out here, I'll go through a little bit about the codes. So you have the item codes. You basically get all the items in the game, from the berries to the key items, medicine, the rare candies, the TMs, and the tool items, meaning like the choice scarf, the battle items, etc. Language, well, you just change the language of the game. And you got the miscellaneous codes, which include the cash, totem stickers, Rotom powers, and everything you see here on the video. So that's the miscellaneous. Now we go to the Pokemon codes. So as you guys can see, you can change a Pokemon's ability. You got battle tree codes, cloning, IVs, EVs. The Pokemon, you could change his Pokeball, add Pokerest on the Pokemon, change his gender, make it shiny, etc. So this is what we're gonna go through right now. So first and foremost, as you guys can see, ability modify box 1 slot 1. So when it comes to power saving a Pokemon, you have to make sure that the Pokemon in the game is in the first box, in the first slot of the game. Otherwise, you won't be able to use most of these codes. So let's say you wanted to like maybe edit like you have a Chimchar, you wanna have it battle ready. Like you you want a different ability than its regular one. Like it has Blaze, but you want Iron Fist. So you can just go to the ability modifier here, and then you can just choose from the list of abilities, like what ability you want. Like with the Chimchar example, you want it from Blaze to Iron Fist. Just look up Iron Fist, click it, and then you just save. And then it'll just load up the data there on the game. So as you guys can see here, we got all the different codes. You got the sex modifier. Yeah, so let me go through this. So you see where it says box 1 slots 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if you have a Pokemon that's in the other slots in box 1, that's in 2 through 5, you can also change those genders. Let's see. Also, with the natures. So basically, what I'm saying is, you can edit a Pokemon that's in box 1 slot 1. You can edit anything about it. It's moves, nature, IVs, EVs, etc. So let's go through the IVs. So when it comes to editing a Pokemon that's in box 1 slot 1, you can set the number of IVs you want in it. 0, 1, 30, or 31. Same thing for attack, defense, and special attack. But for any other Pokemon that isn't in box 1 slot 1, but it's in 2 through 5, you can automatically add 31 EVs instantly to it. And the same thing goes for making it shiny. You can use either code here to make it shiny, but this one only works for box 1 slot 1. This works for, yeah, it's basically the same thing. Ribbons, well, I haven't used that code, but that just adds codes, ribbons on it for what league you defeated, etc. Okay. And the move modifier, you can add any move to a Pokemon in box 1 slot 1, but you just have to make sure that the moves are legit. This means for like TMs or egg moves. As long as the move is legit, it will just go on there and then it will be tradable and you can use it online, etc. So we have all the codes here. What else should I go through? Oh yes, in my next tutorial video, I'll go through editing a Pokemon that isn't battle ready, and we'll make it like 6 IVs, have a decent nature, moveset, etc. Oh, let me go through the EVs. Okay. So the EVs, box 1 slot 1 codes, 510 across all across all stats. So this is saying, for all the beginner power savers, this is saying if that the max EVs a Pokemon can have is 510. But in just one stat, it can only be 252. So I'll just go, yeah, let me choose attack. Let's say you got a physical attacker, you wanna max it out with 252s. You got all the numbers here from 0. I mean, it's just random numbers. Yeah, basically give you a set of numbers from 0 to 252 to set in a Pokemon based on how you want it, whether offensively or defensively. So yeah, you just add a certain amount of EVs to it and then just apply the codes. So in my next tutorial, we just go through editing a Pokemon, making it battle ready. Let's see, the Wonder Card codes. So yes, you can use these codes for any events that were given out either in the US or probably in any other that was given in any other region. You can have access to these, even some old events as well. So you got a list of all the events here. Well, yup, just got a bunch of lists. Hold on. Oh, Lance's Dragonite. Oh, Cynthia's Garchomp. Oh, you get those. I don't know that. Okay, so the Wonder Card Code has a file where you can get all the Wonder Code things from Omega Ruby and Alpha, and we also got the Sun and Moon events here as well, so you guys can have access to that as well. And the Egg Wonder Card Code, where you can just get them on from scratch, but it's a long process. The steps are listed here. Alright. So this is just the basics of power saving and how to use your power saving, etc. And like I said, power saving and genning are different in a way that genning can make a Pokemon from scratch. Power saving you can edit, but the Egg Wonderlock code, you can use that to get any Pokemon, but I wouldn't suggest, as I stated, using that to get legendaries or mythical mons. Unless the Pokemon is in a Alolan Dex, then I would recommend using that. But just make sure that the mon you're using, the code that you're using to get a mon, make sure that it's in its first evolutionary stage. Because I had someone on my previous video asked me when using this code if to get Porygon 2 or whether they should get Porygon and evolve it. Yeah. So that's the video. My next tutorial will be on how to edit just a regular Pokemon and make it battle ready with full IVs, up to 510 EVs, a nature change, show you guys how to edit a Pokeball, etc. And I'll see you guys next time. Alright, later.